Those are the part of the Naples City Dock. That may be the nicest city dock you're going to ever see in your lifetime. I know it is for me. That's beautiful. Beautiful city dock here in Naples. See some big nice boats pulled in there. They got room for a lot of boats. And it's a floating dock, which is a little bit different than the dock we just left from. That dock there floats up and down with you. A little check with that to go with your application. It's non-refundable. It's just a mere $50,000 that you have to write a check out for and hope you get selected. And then eventually you'll get, if you do get selected, then that doesn't mean you're going to get a boat slip. First neighborhood I'm going to talk about, this is the beginning of Aqua Lane Shores. Aqua Lane Shores. This area was developed by a gentleman by the last name of Walker in 1949. This is when this area started. These were much smaller homes and a much smaller price tag. Originally, Mr. Walker was selling off lots for a mere $6,000, and for another $6,000, he would have built you a modest-looking home on that for a total investment of around 12 grand, give or take a few thousand. You could have got a nice property down here in Southwest Florida. But in the meantime, we'll take a short break from the mic. I'll come back and tell you guys a little bit more here in just a minute. Built by a pretty well-known guy locally here by the name of Jack Gantaranian. And I believe that whole left side, looking at it from the balcony to the left, is all part of the mother-in-law suite on that home. Pretty impressive, huh? Also, over here on our left-hand side of the vessel, coming into view now, we see a bunch of mangrove trees here. That's all part of a big new island that we haven't talked about yet. This is Key Waden Island coming into view on our left-hand side. Beautiful island, not very populated. It's got a few houses on it, but they're mostly vacation homes. So this is primarily nature preserve and a great place to go shelling if you want to go out to the beaches of Southwest Florida. This would be an island you could do just that and probably find the odds are in your favor for finding a nice shell. That's because not too many people go to that island because you can only get to it by boat. All right, folks, so what we're going to do next, in just a few minutes, we're going to make a right-hand turn into Champion Bay. This is very large trees on this end of their lot. Those are banyan trees. Now, due to the trunk and root system of a banyan tree, they do grow very quickly. These two used to get trimmed 3 times a year to look like bonsai trees. They were absolutely amazing. Now, it doesn't look like the new owner is going to keep up with that process. The gentleman that sold this property, he managed to get $1 million a year out of his home and property from the time he built it till the time he sold it. Category 5 hurricane. First thing we notice about it is that roof line. That's because the roof sets down in a V like a trough, and it works as a cistern to collect fresh water for watering the lawn or even for emergency water needs. The large brown home to our front left is owned by the Colliers. Back in the 1920s, Baron Collier purchased a little over, coming up on our left, was purchased by one of my favorite rags to riches billionaires. This gentleman got out of the Marine Corps in 1963. Went home to Chicago, Illinois, and invested every penny he had to open up a hot dog trailer. He built that to be the largest chain in Chicago. January 2015, Berkshire Investments purchased the franchise rights from him for $1.2 billion. Folks, he was already a billionaire by then. His name is Dick Portillo, and the restaurant's if you look on the other side of the Top Dog Yacht, you'll see Top Dog Dinghy on the left. Folks, that's a $1 million tender to go with that $30 million Now, coming up on the...
You might also think that if you get a $295 million property, at least you get a private beach with that. But you see those folks over there in front of the house? They're shelling out there. That, believe it or not, they are not trespassing. That is not a private beach. In fact, there are no such thing as private beaches in the state of Florida.